Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I want to show you everything you need to know to fly a helicopter. So first, let's talk about download content. These two choppers you see in front of me, the one on the left here is the Haru, and the one on the right is a Taru. Now, there's different variants of the Taru, and for both of these, you're going to need to fly these, you're going to need the download content. And I think it's like $15.99 or something for the download content. But you don't need the download content to fly any of the other helicopters. It's just these two. Now, as to where you can find these things, usually they sometimes do spawn just like other vehicles. They can spawn out across the map or whatever. But and sometimes you'll get lucky and find one at someone's base, or find one that someone was trying to hide out in the middle of the woods somewhere. And other than that, you can usually just buy it at the helicopter trader. So let's go ahead and hop in one of these. We'll go to the big guy. So first of all, to unlock a helicopter, it's just like any other vehicle. You can go up to it and scroll and hit the unlock button when it's there, or you can press tab and it'll look like this right here. It'll say unlock. So we just unlock it. Also, if you press tab, you can either lock it back or inspect the gear inside of it, and you can put stuff inside the helicopter. So let's hop in the front here. You're just gonna scroll and hit hop in as pilot. Now at the top left, you see we have this box here. At the top it says the name of the helicopter, which is the Huron. Right below it, there's this white bar. That's your gas gauge, and as it starts to go down or get lower, it'll start to turn orange and then red, and then eventually it'll just run out. Below it on the left, you have your hull, your engine. I don't know what INST stands for. Your ATRQ, I believe that's your rear rotor. If that goes out, usually you'll start spinning around in a circle uncontrollably, and unless you know the technique, it's kind of hard to get back flying straight or to even land the helicopter. The MROT, I don't know what that is, and the SLG is your sling, and only some vehicles have sling capabilities. This Haru right here is for towing. It's used for towing heavy vehicles. The Taru across the way over there is used for towing light vehicles. But we'll get more into towing later on. Now, at the top, on the right side of this, at the bottom right of this box, you see 0 km per hour. Well, that's your speed. Below that will be your altitude, and you'll see it change once we get up in the air. And the top middle up here, we have our bearings. 0 is north, 270 is west, 180 is south, 90 is east. And if you see this little orange arrow in there, I don't know if you can see that on YouTube, but that's my waypoint inside that circle. At the bottom right, you have your flares, the number you have left. So let's go ahead and get this puppy up in the air. So to turn this thing on, you can either scroll and hit engine on, or you can just press left shift, and that'll start the rotors. So left shift is used for collective raise or ascending in the air. Right, so if you want to go higher or make the rotor propeller spin faster, you just hold left shift and you'll go higher and higher. And as you see at the top left, that bottom right number is changing. That's our altitude. To go back down, all you have to do is hold Z. Press and hold Z and do a collective lower. To rotate left while hovering, you can press Q and you'll rotate to the left. If you press E, you'll rotate to the right. Now if you do this while you have speed or whatever and you're flying forward, it's not going to turn left or right for you. What you're going to have to use is going to be the A key and the D key. And you'll also have to use you'll have to nose up or nose down depending on where you want to go. But anyways, the A key is used for leaning to the left, and that'll make me fly to the left like this, and the D key is the opposite direction, to go to the right. The W key is used for nosing down, and that's how you go forward. And the S key is to nose up, that's how you usually brake or fly backwards if you need to. If you press C, you can shoot off your flares if your helicopter has flares. So if you look up at the top left, you see these up and down arrows inside the box up there. If I press X, it goes away. If I press X, it comes back. This is your auto hover, so as long as that icon is up there, auto hover is on, and you can just sit here, chill, and it'll just hover like this the whole time. Actually, when you turn it off too, it usually does the same thing, but in order to fly, you're going to have to turn that off, otherwise you're not going to go anywhere. Now to actually fly, to go forward, you're just going to have to nose down. You can also use your mouse for this, which is what I do most of the time. Unless I need to turn hard or anything like that, or turn sharp, I would use my keyboard, but most of the time I'm just using my mouse, and you know, you move the mouse away from you, you'll nose up. If you move it towards you, you'll nose down. If you pull it to the left, you'll go left. If you pull it to the right, you'll go right. See, when I use the mouse, it's kind of like this, so I can just hold the D key, and it'll make me turn right. And when I want to turn hard, I can hold the S key to nose up like this, while leaning to the right, and it'll make me turn pretty easy. I don't think I actually showed you the flares, but there you go, just in case I didn't. Now I want to go ahead and get into a little more detail as far as taking off and landing. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the landing part first. So to land, most of the time, what you want to do is just try to pick out a spot that looks pretty clear and open and flat if possible. We're just going to hold Z right here and lose a little bit of altitude. Now most of the time when I land, I actually use auto hover, so I get to where I want to go, and when I'm about over my spot, a little bit before actually where I want to land, I'll tap X and turn auto hover on. Then it'll auto hover for you, and you can actually get it to stabilize out pretty good, and then make any small adjustments that you need to as you're going down. So when you're making these small adjustments, I use the keyboard, and I try not to hit the mouse, because if I hit the mouse, it's going to end up making the the helicopter lean left or right. So let's go ahead and take this puppy down. We're pressing Z, holding Z. Make sure you don't land too fast either, because if you land too fast, you're going to end up damaging the helicopter. So I'm pressing Z here while auto hover's on, and I'm going down. Now notice that I'm on a hill. This is the main thing. When you're landing on hills or taking off from hills, it can be kind of dangerous. So what you're going to do here, whenever you land, you're going to get low, and whenever your wheels touch, you're going to continue to hold Z the whole time until you land completely and get out the vehicle, or turn the engine off. And there you go, you have a safe landing. Now, to take off from a hill that if you're on a hill, right, and say that there's trees around you that you could potentially roll back into when you take off, what you need to do is, we're going to go ahead and power up the helicopter again. While it's trying to get to full speed right here, what you're going to do is hold Z, and hold it down the whole time until the propellers get to full speed. So when it stops, when it looks like it's not getting any faster or whatever, that's when you're going to hold shift to rise up in the air. You're also, before you take off, what I do is I turn off auto hover, because I want to be able to correct myself. When you're in auto hover, it's harder to make the helicopter do what you want it to do. So turn auto hover off. I'm holding Z right now. I'm about to take off, so I'm going to hold shift, and as I'm going up, I'm going to turn left and lean forward a little bit, because I'm starting to go backwards. So you just kind of correct the way you're going and try to go up nice and straight. The main thing is to wait till those propellers get fully going before you take off, otherwise you're going to slowly roll back and you might hit a tree or something, or you might hit something else. Now we're going to go on to towing a vehicle. So let's go over here, Now, like I said earlier, not all vehicles are capable of towing. This Haru is for heavy vehicles. That, like I said earlier, that Taru can right there. That is the, you know what that one's called? I think it's just the normal Taru. And I think the Hellcat can tow light vehicles. I'm not sure. But so what you're gonna want to do here, I'm not a professional or anything at this, is you're gonna hover over the vehicle. When you get over it, or even before you get over it, you're gonna press right control and B. Oops. Get back over there, and that's gonna pop up that little, the SL, the Sling Assistant on the right side of the screen. And get back over here, hover. Now when I get close to where I want to be, I'm going to use auto hover. I'll turn that on using X. And this is a big helicopter, so it likes to do a lot of swaying. Now you'll see that on the Sling Assistant on the right, you see that green circle right there. What you're going to try to do is get that green circle to line up in the middle of this crosshair right here. So over here, it's almost lined up, and then you're going to, I'm using the keyboard, by the way, not my mouse. And when you're about there, just go ahead and see how it says press B to hook. Go ahead and press B, and it'll say paused. And we're going to go ahead and get lower because you need to be at a certain height. Here we go, it says attaching. We're going to try to straighten out here. If you go out of the circle, it'll stop attaching, and then wait till you get back in line with it, and then see, there you go, it attached. Now from here you can just raise up using shift, and you can go wherever you want to go. And remember, whenever you go to take off to start flying around, you're going to want to turn off auto hover, pressing X, that way you can actually maneuver. So let's go ahead and take this back down. And to put a vehicle down, just make sure you don't go down too fast. You don't want to hurt your vehicle. There you go, drop it down. Now to release it, you're going to press B again. Plain old B, and that'll release the sling from it. Let's go ahead and talk about refueling. To refuel, usually the best way that I like to do is just to go over a gas station and turn auto hover on and hover just above the roof of the gas station, and as you do, it'll start to fill up the gas gauge, and it's pretty quick. You can also use jerry cans. I suppose I've tried using jerry cans and it does almost absolutely nothing. So I would say only use jerry cans when your helicopter is completely out of gas and you just need enough gas to get to the gas station. Now to repair your helicopter, if you look up at the top left right there, you can see that my ATRQ is out. That is my rear rotor, and in order to fix that, you're going to need a vehicle repair kit or a vehicle repair part. And I have one right here, so we're just going to go up to the helicopter. We're going to press inventory, click inspect, and hit double click on vehicle repair kit, click use, and boom, it should have fixed my rear rotor. So I'm going to jump back in. And there you go, it's all fixed. Now as far as using a multi-gun, I don't think it works with it, and if it does, it's going to take a lot of shots. So the best thing to do is have an actual vehicle repair kit. Now flying at night, that's another thing. Whenever you're going to fly a helicopter, if you anticipate it's going to get dark, you're going to want night vision, because it is crazy hard to see the ground whenever you're trying to land. So you're definitely going to want night vision. Also, when you're landing, if you don't have night vision, if your helicopter has flares, you can always just as you're getting lower and lower, use flares, pop them out, and you can kind of see the ground. You'll actually be able to see it pretty well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped. If you have any comments, questions, or tips, please leave them in the comments below. If you feel like I forgot something in this video that should be in here, be sure to let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.